scholar, elders, brothers and sisters, students, guests. I wanted to first begin with expressing my condolences to all of you on the global situation as we're celebrating here. We know that there's much suffering and tragedy that's taking place in the world. And I want to acknowledge in particular the suffering of the people of Palestine and Gaza. And we ask Allah Ta'ala on this special day that He answers our prayers and He helps the oppressed and He grants them victory over the oppressors. I wanted to congratulate all of you. What a special day. Alhamdulillah. I'm speaking here on behalf of Rise Academy, and I want to welcome you all to the promotion ceremony. But most of my comments are not in the capacity of my being the Dean of Mission for the school, but rather as being a computer science teacher. So this year, for the very first time, I had the opportunity to be a CS teacher for these very students who are seated here today. And I don't know, but I'm thinking that maybe when they first found out that they're going to do computer science, they were thinking to themselves, well, who's going to teach us computer science, right? Is it going to be, sorry for the stereotype, but one of those long-haired, really techie type of people, who sort of is walking around with calculators and different devices and that type of person? Or was it going to be some PhD, lady who has all these papers to her credit and has won all these awards, or what is it? I'm sure that when I walked into the class for computer science, they must have been thinking, wait, is this Islamic studies here? What is he doing here, right? What's up with this and the computer science? But I think that, inshallah, after we started getting to know one another and I started to share some stories of past, I dropped a few names, like Bill Gates and whatnot, then they started warming up to the idea that maybe, okay, this might be something that will work out after all. And I don't know if they were aware, but in Rise Academy, we try to do things in a comprehensive, holistic manner. If we teach computer science, it's not just about computer science. If we're teaching ELA or social studies, it's not just ELA and social studies. It is life, and it is ilm and knowledge, and how does everything come together? So I thought I would take a few minutes to give my last computer science class to our students here. If we reflect back, my dear students, on some of the lessons we learned from computer science and what we can take from them. We learned about the importance of not hard coding your code. You got to use what? You got to use variables. If you don't use variables, you're going to end up having to do a lot of work. Life is going to become difficult. And similarly, in life, you got to be flexible. You got to have a flexible personality. Things don't always work exactly in a rigid way, the way that you want, but you got to be able to adapt to different circumstances. We also learned about algorithms and the idea that if you sit back and you plan, maybe you're making a special triangle. Remember the triangle you guys had to code? Fractals. Maybe you're making some sort of code to do multiplication. But whatever it is, if you think back and you plan well, then the actual execution becomes a lot easier. If you don't plan and you just go at it, then a lot of times you end up doing it again and again and again. And there's a life lesson there about the importance of thinking and planning and trying to make sure that before we take action, we've thought about it. And there was a very, very valuable lesson there. We talked about other things, like abstraction. You guys remember abstraction? Okay. Abstraction. The idea that there's some things that we can just sort of figure out how to get done for us, so we don't have to worry about them anymore. Right? When you go into high school, right, there are certain ways of doing things where if you're organized and you think ahead, you can avoid duplicating efforts. Study skills that will always work for you, routines that will always work for you. Trying to get ahead of your work, not waiting until the last second. These are things, skills, which will come in handy in every single one of your classes. And these are things that it's important to identify and then work on. But computer science is more than just procedures and events and messaging and whatnot. When I first took my first computer science class in college, was called the Art and Science of C. And in computer science, there is a lot of art. And when you look at a beautifully designed program that some of you sometimes would come up with, and you step back, you're like, wow, that's just incredible. That's just like a work of art. So well planned, so well thought out, every part working together. And if you look at this universe as a whole, and you start to look at the different parts of it, and you say that, wow, everything is programmed to such an incredible precision, and everything just works out. Isn't there not just science, but art there as well? Can we not appreciate the artists behind the art and the science of the universe? But I want to say one thing, that I believe that the biggest lesson that I took, and maybe our students took from our computer science class, wasn't necessarily in the things that I mentioned, but it had to do with their performance in the class. One thing I did with them is different than what I usually do in my classes. I never had a single extra credit assignment. Instead, I told them that here's the minimum. You do what you can do. If you can do more, then do more. Make it extra. And I'll give them suggestions. Add some bells and whistles. Add more interactivity. Develop, let's say, some more gameplay around whatever it is. Do what you can do. And my brothers and sisters, I was blown away. They took that opportunity, and not for extra credit, not for extra points, just because they knew it was the right thing for them to do, and because they were passionate and because they were driven, they themselves put in that extra effort, and they came up with some incredible assignments. And that is a huge lesson for us. There's one time when we do things because of reward and punishment. I get extra credit. I'm going to lose points. My GPA is going to go down. And there's another time we do things because we know that that's what we ought to do. I've been to a number of promotion ceremonies and graduation ceremonies over the last few days, and we're going to see another one right now. And when you see everyone walking on stage, everyone's going to be clapping, everyone's going to be excited and happy. It's a moment for us to pause and think that one day there will be a time where we'll be given something. وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ بِيَمِينِهِ فَسَوْفَ يُحَاسَبُ حِسَابًا يَسِيرًا وَيَنْقَلِبُ إِلَىٰ أَهْلِهِ مَسْرُورًا. There will be some who they're waiting, and then finally when the judgment comes, they'll be given their book in their right hand. And they're going to be happy. And their accounting will be easy. And they're going to go back to their family, and everyone's going to be happy. وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ وَرَاءَ ظَهْرِهِ. But there will be those who are given their book behind the back. They don't deserve to be given it in the right hand. And وَسَوْفَ يَدْعُ ثُبُورًا وَيَلْقَى سَعِيرًا. And those are the people who will cry out for destruction and annihilation. It's something for us to think about, that one day it'll be the real diploma that's given to us, the real certificate. And that's to do with what we did in our lives. And so, my question for these 8th graders is actually the question that the Quran asks us. فَأَيْنَ تَذْهَبُونَ? فَأَيْنَ تَذْهَبُونَ meaning, where are you going to go from here? You have built up so much, and you still have time to build up even more. What is the direction that you're going to take? If you take that same approach, where you say that, you know what, it's not about punishment and reward, it's about doing what I ought to do, doing what's right, I can guarantee you that you will find success in this world and the hereafter. As we celebrate your accomplishments and as we gather together to make dua for your future tawfiq and your future success, your parents will be watching you. And I think your parents will be experiencing some emotions. Maybe some of our mothers and maybe even some of our fathers are going to shed some tears as they see their once toddlers and then elementary students, now becoming high school students, walking the stage. And I want to say that you're not just being sentimental. Those tears are actually well placed. Because this is not just a matter of going from one grade to another. These are students who are now finishing 14 years and they're going to the third stage of their life. And now, as parents, all those efforts that you put in for the first 2 stages of their development, now you're going to start to see them come into fruition. You no longer have a child that you can really tell what to do. Of course, you can still tell them what to do, and you will tell them what to do. But it's all about now giving them advice, encouraging them, getting their opinion, respecting their opinion, and allowing them to taste what it means like to be an adult. This is a huge change that is going to take place in the way that you will have to deal with them if you want to continue to be a successful parent. And for our students, now that you have more maturity, now that you're taller, now that you're stronger, maybe you can outrun your parents, maybe you can beat them in one-on-one basketball. Even one day, maybe Hassan's going to be taller than Brother Mahdi. But you also have more understanding, and you will be able to appreciate, inshallah, more how valuable your parents are to you, and how much you need them even though you've outgrown them and you can run faster than them and you can dunk over them. Finally, it's a good time for us to acknowledge that everything that these students have accomplished is because of generations of work. It's not just, of course, their parents, but also their parents' parents and their parents' parents' parents. A lot of work, a lot of efforts to make this happen today. So I want to invite you to acknowledge the efforts of all the marhumeen who played a role in this event that we're celebrating today. Let's remember them, and also let's remember the martyrs of Gaza and Lebanon and Yemen and other places with a Surah Al-Fatiha.
Can we get a round of applause for that beautiful?
Thank you. I never knew we had so many life lessons from computer science. I still think ELA is better though. This is a very talented class, and so many of them were interested in speaking at their ceremony that we turned it into a bit of a competition. And the 3 people you see, the 3 students you see listed behind me are the ones whose abstracts were chosen. So without further ado, I'm going to call up Zainab. Okay, there we go. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Zainab Nabi. First and foremost, I want to thank all of you for coming. To start off, I'm both proud and surprised that we made it this far because it definitely was not easy. It took so much time, effort, tears, and wishes to get rid of our math textbooks. I originally put destroyed, but my mom and Ms. Shaista told me not to put that. I've known my classmates for quite a while, and I must say we're a very interesting group. Our teachers will definitely agree. We've made a lot of memories together, and I wanted to put an example, but I couldn't think of one that was memorable and appropriate to say in front of our parents. So to my classmates, just put one that you like. And inshallah, we'll make a lot more. I know a lot of us struggle with the pressure of unrealistic standards. And I want all of you to know that it's okay if you're not perfect. It's okay if you don't get an A. It's okay if you're not the best. You're alive and healthy and safe, and that's what matters. Our brothers and Okay. Our brothers and sisters in Gaza don't have this luxury. So please continue to keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Salawat.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hassan Falati, and I'll do speech. Wow, we finally made it. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know how I was gonna feel. I remember thinking about this in 6th grade, seeing the 8th graders graduate, and also in 7th, seeing the then 8th graders graduating. Since I wrote the speech in advance, I still don't know how I feel. But all I can say is whether it was going through that spine-chilling HSBT, or just trying to win that one basketball game during lunch. Middle school is filled with challenges, successes, pain, but most of all, growth. There's a quote that my mom loves to say: "The days are long, the months are short, and the years are a blink of an eye." I used to cringe when my mom would say that, but now I truly understand how true that is. Just yesterday, I feel like the day wouldn't end, but I still couldn't convince myself that was the last week of school. I still remember the first day in middle school, wearing my black Puma backpack, super excited to get a locker. Let's just say I realized middle school isn't paradise. But we did have some fun. From those basketball games, boating field trips, ice skating trips, these are memories I'll keep forever. I also want to thank my teachers. Thank you, Ms. Shaista. You're probably the reason why I even survived middle school. Thank you for always understanding and really connecting with us, and making sure we're always okay. And I'm not just saying this, I was truly blessed to have you throughout middle school. Thank you, Ms. Fatima. You should earn a reward for putting up with us in math in 7th and 8th grade. Thank you for everything you have done for me personally, as well as the whole class. Thank you, Brother Waqas, who just joined this year, but still managed to build a bond with all of us and letting us know he's always there for us. These people helped me grow not only as a student, but also as a human being. As a young Muslim boy living in a society with so many pressures, these were the people who saved me from giving in to the obstacles that life threw at me. And I'll forever carry with me the lessons that they taught me as a shield of knowledge. And to my classmates, went through a year filled with many downs, but as well as many ups. And it's just gonna get more from here. So let's make these next 4 years count for the best. And I'm excited to see what Allah has planned for us. Salawat. I realized that later.
Salam. My name is Zahra Zaytoun, and let me tell you how I got here. I first came to Rise when I was in 4th grade, and it was a hard adjustment for me to make, but now look at me. Thanks to the endless support from my teachers, parents, classmates, and myself, I am now graduating middle school. It feels so weird for me to say that, because it hasn't really sunk in that I will never get to experience being a middle schooler again. That's it, middle school's over. And looking back on the past few years, I can't say everything went perfectly, but I can say that I definitely made plenty of unforgettable memories and friends. From the study sessions 5 minutes before a test to sharing snacks every recess, these memories will always have a special place in our hearts. These friendly relationships and sense of community are feelings that are seldom felt, but I found that here at Rise. As many of you already know, this is my last year at this school, and the 5 years that I spent here have been some of my best. I saw me and my classmates grow and change, and felt a feeling of belonging. This building and these spaces hold many emotions and moments that will never be forgotten. My family found something special at Rise that we couldn't find anywhere else. And that is why I am very excited to announce that we have decided to stay here at Rise for another year, inshallah. Special thanks and duas to everyone who supported and inspired me all these years. Thank you, Maulana Abedi. Thank you, Sheikh Salim. Thank you, Dr. Nu. Thank you, Ms. Nazira. And thank you, all of our wonderful teachers and admin. I know we gave you guys a hard time. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Baba. Thank you to all my friends. And finally, thank you, Batul and Nahdi. See you guys in high school, inshallah. And teachers, good luck. You're gonna need it. Thank you.
When it comes to public speaking skills and debate skills, they are all amazing speakers. Now, before we come to the highlight of our ceremony where you get your diplomas, traditionally, 8th grade, we give a few special awards. Each one of you is talented in art, in writing, in computer science, in math, in acting, in so many different ways. Today we're going to highlight a few of them, but not all of them. The first one we want to highlight is academic achievement. The President's Award for Educational Excellence is a national award, and it is given in our school to students who have a GPA of 3.75 or higher in both semesters of 8th grade, as well as students who have scored well on their standardized testing and have gotten 80th percentile or higher. So mashallah, we have a list. I'm going to read them out and we can give them a round of applause at the end of the list. You have Sania Abedi, Soraya Ahmed Ziad, Noor Majid Azzair, Haya Farajwan, Maryam Hadi, Muhammad Kiari, Zahra Zaytoun, Sayyid Kambar Mujtaba, Zainab Nabi, John Zaidi, and Sayyid Muhammad Wali Zaidi. We also want to recognize a few additional achievements: a sports award, a Quill award, and a service award. So the sports award, and we have a lot of amazing sports players in this class, so it was challenging to choose one. But the sports award is going to somebody who has outstanding skill and sportsmanship in and off the field, and that award goes to Hussein Salah. Congratulations, Hussein. The next one is a Quill Award. The Quill Award goes to someone who has exemplary student writing, demonstrating originality, creativity, and scholarship. And again, it was very, very hard to decide, but this award goes to Sayyid Muhammad Wali Zaidi. And then the final achievement is the Service Award, someone who has outstanding contribution and service to the school and the larger community. And this award goes to Shabr Muhammad Ali. Okay, and we come to the highlight of our ceremony where you will get your diplomas. So if I can please invite Maulana Abedi, Sheikh Salim, and Ms. Nazira on the stage. Dr. Nu? Okay, Dr. Nu. Maulana and Sheikh Salim have had given a lot of certificates today. Okay, thank you. Okay, students, as you come up from this side, grab your certificate, take a picture, and then take a seat, okay? Okay. As I call up the students, I would like to say one sentence about each of them before announcing their name. And this is kind of what makes them very, very special among other things. So first we have a student who's known for her hard work and dedication in all her classes. But to me, more importantly, she's known for standing up for anyone who is being mistreated, regardless of who it is. This is Sania Abidi. Next, we have someone who is a force to be reckoned with on the field, whichever sport it might be, but also in the classroom, whichever subject it might be. Suraya Ahmed Zia. She is gentle, soft-spoken, but a passionate debater and public speaker, Rafa Akbarzadeh. She is known for her meticulous artwork and penmanship, excelling in all her subjects from ELA to computer science. Noor Az-Zayar. Nimble on his feet, an amazing soccer player, but more important, he has a very kind heart, Ali Al-Khaffaji. Also an amazing sports player, but unmatched in his talent with drawing, none of us could dream of drawing so well so fast. Ali Al-Munshid. She is solid and dependable, always ready to help, always someone teachers can depend on. Zahra Balkhi. A talented speaker with a kind heart and the ability to make us all laugh each day, Hassan Falati. Soft-spoken and helpful, an excellent all-round student. We are so happy you came back, Parya Farajman. With flawless work, she excels in all her subjects, and she is an amazing writer. Maryam Hadi. A new member of our 8th grade. Her friendly nature makes it like she was always a part of the family. Aliza Jafri. Soft-hearted and ever ready to help, dedicating long hours to student council and our class rep for this year, Muhammad Ali Khan. Not only does he excel at every subject he comes across, but more importantly, he's willing to help others excel as well. Muhammad Kiai. Among the top of her class, she is both righteous and a perfect example of the mission we value at school. Zahra Zaytoun. Honest and trustworthy, helpful, an amazing speaker and actor, Qambar Mujtaba. Always passionate about what she believes, her love for God and the Ahlul Bayt really stand out. Zainab Nabi. Playful and friendly, always ready with lots of questions, Zahra Nazanin Peirastar. Always there to make us smile. Class is truly never boring when you're there. Nuria Rizvi. intelligent, quiet, mature, and thoughtful, I will never forget your wish of serving the Imam, Hussein Saleh. With a beautiful smile and a friendly nature, I know I'll find a crowd wherever you are. Zara Sayeda. He has amazing akhlaq and a gentle demeanor, and what I just found out, an amazing French accent. Muhammad Amin Shahravi. You should come on Thursday to hear his accent. Mature and extremely hardworking, congratulations for graduating twice in 2 years, John Zaidi. And last but not least, your depth of writing and discussions never fail to amaze me, Sayyid Muhammad Wali Zaidi. Let's give one loud salawat to all our guests and our middle school students who are now high school students. One loud salawat. Before we ask our principal, Ms. Nazira, to close the ceremony, we're going to play a quick video. Thank you to Sister Mariam and thank you to Alyan for putting this together. Enjoy. like to ask Ms. Nazira, our principal, to give us a few words and to close the ceremony.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I know it's close to dismissal time, so I will do my best to keep this short. That being, one reason why I want to keep it short. The second reason being, believe it or not, I think I've given more speeches in the past few days than Maulana Abadi or, sorry. So I've been sharing this same idea of how you are all on a journey while you're in school. You're on this journey of education. And there's certain milestones that we meet along the way, and each milestone has its own significance. In those pictures we just saw, I saw many of you at your very first milestone, your kindergarten graduation, and I was there for that ceremony when you were all wearing the same, caps and gowns, albeit a much smaller version of it. And then you had your, end of elementary school into middle school promotion ceremony, and now here you are ending your middle school. Now, what's important about this milestone, and your parents probably already know this very well, but it's important for you to be aware of it as well, is that this really is significant because it's the end of an era. Your parents are saying goodbye to you as young children. You are going to be entering into high school, which is the start of your adolescent life, the start of your young adulthood. As Sheikh Salim mentioned, this is an age of advisory. You've entered into the third part of the segments, 0 to 7, 7 to 14, and now 14 and onwards. You all, my dear 8th grade students, are entering an age where we're counting on you to help us. As you enter into high school, I want you to think about what you want your legacy to look like. What are your leadership skills going to develop into? Because after all, the next 4 years, you have an opportunity to build out your legacy. Choose what you focus on. Solidify your values. And inshallah, help build out the next generation of our community. I'm looking forward to seeing what you all bring. To our parents, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for entrusting us with your dear ones. We saw many of your children have been here with us for many, many years. This is our largest class. I know that this is a very emotional moment for many of our parents because, like I said, we are saying goodbye to our children's childhood and welcoming them into adulthood. That's going to bring a lot of changes for you all as well. I want to thank you for trusting us. And inshallah, we are so proud to see you all come to this point and very, very excited to see what you all bring into the future. Thank you, and salawat. With that, we close the ceremony. Thank you. Okay, do a hat toss? You mean do a hat toss?